When we do start to build larger carbohydrates like disaccharides and polysaccharides, we're going to use the individual monosaccharides to do that. And specifically, it is going to be the monosaccharides that are in their ring structures. So on this slide, we've got two of them already drawn for you. And so if these two are going to combine with each other, what's going to happen is that we're going to get a dehydration reaction. When we have the dehydration reaction, we're going to have this hydroxyl group and this hydrogen over here. These are going to leave the molecule. So when we lose those two, they are going to come together and they are going to form water. So those parts of our molecule will be gone. And then what will happen after that is that this carbon over here is going to get connected to this hydrogen that is still left on the other side. So what we end up with after all this has happened is that, and I'm not drawing all of the details of the molecules here, but we're going to end up with our two, what were monosaccharides, and now we've got this oxygen, which is this one right here. That's where it came from, the one that was left, that's going to be in the middle and it's going to be holding the two of them together. Now we still have all of those other details on here. I don't want to draw them all in, but I do want to emphasize that they are still there. So let me just draw a couple of them. Okay, so I filled it in for this side. You'd have the same thing with the other molecule. So what we've got is now we have a disaccharide. So this is my disaccharide, meaning that we have hooked together two monosaccharides, or we have two units. And this linkage that we have in the middle here, this is going to be what we call a glycosidic linkage. And if we just start breaking down words, this part here, glyco means sugar. So as we go through this semester and the material, you will see that word glyco, or that prefix glyco, a number of times. And every time we see that, we want to understand that that is talking about something that has to do with sugar. So this would be a disaccharide. If this reaction happened again and we hooked on additional monosaccharides so that we built this even bigger, that's where we would end up with our polysaccharides. So just to draw this for you again, or another way, when we have one, that will be the monosaccharide. When we take two of these and we hook them together, we are going to have that little oxygen linkage in the middle. So we'll have the glycosidic linkage, and that's going to be the disaccharide. Now, if we hooked a whole bunch of these together, we're going to have lots of little oxygen linkages. And this is going to be that polysaccharide. Now, once you get to these 2 points, so we start to build the larger molecules, we no longer keep the CH2O ratio. And this has to do with the fact that every time we form one of these, a water molecule is coming out, because that's a dehydration reaction. So it is going to disrupt that ratio a little bit, but these are going to be fairly easy to recognize because they look just like the monosaccharides, except that we've got them hooked together with these glycosidic linkages.